sit down and kind of answer the questions right now.
Mr. Brooks, please sit down. Mr. Brooks, you're not asking the questions.
I'm not saying
I would
anything.
ask you to sit down, please. It is disrespectful to this witness and to the state and to the court.
No, it's not. Not doing anything wrong. I'm merely standing here.
Look, we all know what Darrell Brooks Jr. thinks of women. We know how he treats women, his girlfriend, his mom. So, look, the reality of the matter is, this clip I thought was interesting, and I wanted to share on Truth TV because there's 3 women that are playing a role in it. 2 actively, 1 passively, by the fact she was there as a witness. And Darrell Brooks Jr., in my opinion, his chauvinism, his gang credness, whatever, you know, his wanting to like play this part for this trial, for maybe posterity's sake, I don't know, for at least 20, 30 years of, you know, interest from people that essentially will think something was wrong, that something, you know, whatever. He just had to make this stand. Literally, he was standing. He wasn't asking the questions. It was the prosecution's turn. But him standing, I think, was maybe psychological warfare with the poor witness who he had put through so much, or would put through so much. Maybe it was an effrontery to the court, which, you know, he had done that a lot before. Maybe it was just clear-cut defiance to the prosecution team, which he had done that before. But this particular situation, I don't put how it ends because we know that Judge Doro prevails, thank God. But, you know, a woman raised the point that he should sit down. A woman, as a witness, was watching the whole thing. And the judge, a woman, told him to sit down. And then it goes back to the woman, there's a witness watching the judge more or less berate Darrell Brooks Jr., also being watched by the team prosecutor and the prosecution team, 2 of which are women. For Darrell Brooks Jr., that's a lot of, you know, I don't know what you would call it. In his mind, it would probably be clowning because he would think that, well, because he didn't take the court seriously at all anyways. But to have, you know, 2 women watching while 1 woman barks orders, to have another woman raise the point. I mean, just, you know what I mean? It's like he gets beat not once, twice, and maybe him, you know, having to, you know, endure all this in front of the lady that's just a witness, he sees that as a defeat as well. Maybe because, I mean, we're not dealing with a rational individual here. We're dealing with a monster. We're not dealing with someone that's insane, but we're dealing with somebody with a very questionable moral compass. So in any event, I thought it was interesting how a woman raised the point, a woman decided the point, and another woman watched the whole thing go down, watched Darrell Brooks Jr. basically be told even when he could sit or stand, and ultimately him having to do what he was told. I think that's what it comes down to. I think people really want to see defendants do as they're told, you know, and it's when defendants take over courtrooms, even for a minute, that's where the victims are like, what is this? What is going on? What is going on? So I really like the assertive Judge Doro, and I really dig that. And 2 days ago, I put out one where she basically told Darrell Brooks Jr., this was Darrell's own motion, but she said, we need this document. Now, it's in your files. You can A, get it yourself and give it to me, or B, I will have the sheriffs take it from you and they will give it to me. And he protested and whimpered and whatever, stared down. He used every tool at his arsenal, every tool at his disposition. And Judge Doro was unwavering. So again, you want the truth. That's what we say here. That's the Judge Doro that I like. And we see it here as well. I mean, she tells him, sit down. You know, prosecution team says, Your Honor, he should sit down. And judge says, sit down. I don't want to hear oral arguments. I don't want you to go back to your pod and write a brief about it. I said, sit down.